We love giving drills out that you can't overdo, right? You can't, it's like a vitamin. You can't take too much of them. I guess you probably could.
You could.
But you want a daily vitamin. And today's drill is a daily vitamin for your swing, for your impact. Today's video, you're gonna learn why the ugly stepsister of this drill is bad for your swing. Then we're gonna show you the changes to do to make the drill worthwhile and something you should do every day. Then of course, we're gonna show you how to do it to the T. There is a popular drill that we see golfers work all the time that involves an alignment stick through the belt loops. And we're gonna have you put it through the belt loops, so I don't think the stick's flexible enough for me to put it through mine.
Well, so yeah, so you put it, most people have seen this drill, right? It goes through the front of your belt loops, and I'll do it from down the line here. So the idea behind the drill is that you take it to the top and you're trying to get your arms down in front of this stick. I mean, I used to do it and never hit it worse doing it. So the better you get as a golfer and see good swings, you get really intuitive about maybe this isn't right for me or right for anybody, right? Because I started hitting it worse right away.
So the overriding concept from this drill is to get your trail arm in front of that hip.
Yeah, because otherwise the hip
competing, right?
Yeah, you'll be in your way if you turn your hips the way you're supposed to. There's no way to do this drill.
Right. We've captured tour players now, got their data in 3D. You guys have won almost $2 billion now.
And we can almost put the stick on the gears player.
They would all crush that stick. No one that we found gets the elbow in front. It's a bad concept. Skipping a stone no one would skip a stone like this. It's just a bad concept. Now, I've seen juniors that are so hypermobile, they get the hips out almost at the top of the swing and the arms are stuck. Okay, that's not most normal humans. For most normal humans, that arm should be crashing into that stick.
Yeah, and we've shown it a million times. You know, the arms, as you're unwinding the stick here, the arm is lowering. I mean, you would smash your hands into this. You'd have to artificially do some kind of really awkward, unnatural movements to get this club down in front, and we just don't see the best players.
So what will happen is, and you did it beautifully right there, is you'll keep the pelvis back to get the arms in front.
The hip dump.
And then now if you turn the hip dump, now if you turn, it's unplayable this way. You create so many kind of cartoonish movements to make this work that it's really detrimental, especially if you actually do it.
You're having to put other moves in that are unnecessary if you just make a normal, natural motion. Like if I shove my hips back, now I've got to do a crazy amount of side bend, drive the handle forward, and have this contorted look, like Mike said, just to make contact, and it's unnecessary.
One of the smartest people we know that we've had the pleasure of teaching, David McMurray, just outside of Atlanta, came up with a better use for this drill. And he's one of our elite golfers in our program. And it's a fantastic way to train kind of roughly the impact interval. So kind of here to here. And it's a great way to use the stick and train it properly of how it should work.
Yeah, and you know, we started talking about this maybe a couple of years ago now. You know, trying to feel like your arms are more on your trail side as opposed to dragging them across your center line, right?
They are for every great player you've ever seen.
So, and Mike mentioned David McMurray's in our elite program, which if you're interested, it's on the website. You can get on the wait list. But the difference here is he came up with a way to do it from a more of a short motion, like kind of like level to the ground here to just after impact. But the way you do it is you hook your trail arm under the stick.
Right, you put the alignment stick between the arms.
Exactly, so you can see where it is here. Now, it's a little awkward at setup just because you're putting a little pressure on the stick, but as soon as you turn, you can make this little backswing here where you set your wrist, you're kind of in this delivery position. And from here, you're forced to move the body correctly to bring the club to the ball.
And that's what should happen. So your trail side with your trail arm should be working around, out and around to deliver the club, right? And if I square up to the camera, that's all happening on the trail side of the body. It's an illusion that the hands work across the body. They don't. And you can't do that incorrectly with this drill.
Yeah, it's like if I put a ball there, I can't get to it really. I have to allow my trail side to release correctly, right?
Yep.
And I can get the full release position, which we call that, you know, when this is pointing back to your belly button right here, basically. But you're forced to let this trail hip and this trail shoulder kind of move out into the space between your feet and where the ball would be, instead of trying to like lock things back like we see so many people trying to do.
Which is another big swing myth, the idea that you have to create space. You don't create space. Impact is on the trail side. You just get the lead side out of the way. You have to move into the space that you had set up at address.
You'd rather have less space here.
Right.
That would indicate that your legs and the arms are in the right position.
It's taking a bad drill or a poor concept drill, improving it, and getting the stick between the arms. So many of you have never felt what it's like to have the trail side through the shot at impact.
Ever.
And this will force you to feel that. Now, this isn't a full swing drill. Don't go get a bucket of balls and try to smash them with this. Do it without a ball at first, and you don't even have to go to address. You can just go to that spot, that delivery spot, and get your body and arms used to making contact first where a ball would be, so you can really control low points.
Yeah.
Okay? Then you can put a foam ball down, chip it. Again, this is gonna work for your short game, your driver, every club in the bag, but do it at that pace. This is not trying to hit the ball 150-yard drill.
No, you could do this at home, just making these little swings indoors. You don't even need a ball. Just the sensation that the hitting comes from, almost feel like your trail side is hitting the ball and coming around you instead of you yanking your hands this way.
Stopping the rotation, pulling the hands across. It's a bad combination. This is sequencing more than anything and really connecting the dots in your brain for what impact feels like with the best players in the world. You can start training yourself to do that. It's a drill we recommend doing a few minutes every day, especially if you go to the range or you hit balls at home. Do this for a couple minutes, almost a warm up, just to get everything synced up. You can't do it too much. You can only do it to betterment to your impact. You'll be hitting it more like the tour guys do.